Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today in our field review, I am going to do my last ESEE knife. This is the last one I have in my collection, and I'm going to continue the field review series with some of my other knives, but this will be my last ESEE. I have went through every one in my collection. And that one is going to be the ESEE 6. I know in previous videos I have said that about a 5-inch blade is as big as I like to go. And that has always stood true until this one. And this knife has a 6-inch blade. As you can see, I've stripped the finish off of the blade and blued the blade on this one. But this blade has kind of changed things a little bit with that. And the whole purpose, or the whole reason, is the choil. And most 6-inch blade knives, you can't get right up on them and use them like that. You are stuck back here, and the edge usually starts somewhere right along in here, and you just can't get up on it. This one, due to how light it is for as big as it is, and with that choil, I have found that it is just as nimble as any 4.5, 5-inch blade that I've ever used. So this is kind of the game changer. Out of all my ESEEs, this one and my laser strike are really becoming my two go-tos. And if you haven't seen the field test review on it, the laser strike, go back a few videos, it's there. So I'm going to run this one through the same test I've run all the other one through. I have got a pretty good chunk of wood here. We're going to baton it through it, beat it down into some smaller pieces, do some curls, some notches, and just show you what a knife this size is actually capable of doing. It really surprised me. So with that being said, let me move this stump out of the way and let's get into this. I tried to pick, as you can tell, a harder piece of wood. I don't know if you can see that. I'm actually driving the wood down in the ground. Now let's move this stuff back over here. It doesn't have any problems. Now granted, I have reprofiled the edge on this and changed it from the factory edge. Oh. It does not have a 90-degree spine on it. Even to be as light as it is, which weight-wise, it's actually lighter by about 4 or 5 ounces than, maybe even a little bit more, than the ESEE 5. But even with that weight difference, you can still chop with it, somewhat. I wouldn't want to try to hack a tree down with it, but to make quick tent stakes or something, not a problem. I did knock the jimping down. It was a little sharp for my taste. I knocked it down a little. I can feel the moisture in this wood. We had a lot of rain last week. Had some flooding. All of that has just went down, and according to the weather, we're under another flood warning for tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. It's supposed to get up to 3 inches, maybe a little bit more in like the next 24 hours. So, to give you an idea of what the weather's been like here. Let's see here. There we go, a smaller piece. Doing things like this is where that notch, choil, comes in handy when you're notching and doing any kind of fine carving. Seven notch, square notch. Fine curls. One thing I have found with this one, raise you up a little, is when you're doing chest lever grip, it's very comfortable with the way this is rounded in the back. The ESEE 5, where it's more pointed, has a tendency to bite in, where this one doesn't. But overall, I don't have any complaints with it. I'm glad that I bought the ESEE 6 and tried it, because it's really impressed me with the capabilities and the ease of use with a longer blade, which is always been a drawback for me. Is the longer the blade is, the harder it is to do fine tasks, trying to think of the word here, to manage. There, we'll use that. The longer blades are usually harder to manage the extra length when doing carving, whittling, notches. Where the longer length does come in handy is in batoning and things like that. Overall, if you're looking for a $150 survival knife that can do most bushcraft tasks, then definitely check out the ESEE 6. I know some people are like me and aren't a big fan of longer blades, But I definitely think this would be one that most people would be surprised with once they got it. I am working on the spine, trying to get a 90-degree area on the spine right up here. It's somewhat there, but not quite. It'll scrape a little, but not the way I like it. Not like my LT Wright will. I don't know how they do their spines, but my Lord, they need to give lessons to other knife companies on how to do it. The only one I've heard of that even rivals LT Wright may be a Bark River. But definitely can't complain. Like I said, if you're looking for a larger bladed survival knife that can still do most bushcraft tasks, this would definitely be a good one to look into. Like I said, I think they're around 150, 160 bucks. They've got the new models out with the Contour G10 handles. They are a little bit more than the old-fashioned canvas handles. The sheath, I don't have any complaints with the sheath. It's ABS plastic, made of the same material that the sheath for the ESEE3 and the ESEE4 is. It's you can't see it, but attachment points down both sides, got the standard spring clip, and retention is good for this style of sheath. There is a little bit of rattle, but the ABS style sheaths, I haven't seen one yet that didn't have a little bit of rattle in it. So there we go. If I get that spine sharpened and flattened out to where it works, I'll do a video on that. But overall, definitely impressed with it. Definitely a great knife, and for a larger blade, I've got to say, it's very nimble in the hand. So there you go. Short, sweet, to the point. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll get another video up for you soon.